Joe Biden. Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. is an American politician and the President-elect of the United States. Having defeated incumbent Donald Trump in the 2020 United States presidential election, he will be inaugurated as the 46th president on January 20, 2021. A member of the Democratic Party, Biden served as the 47th vice president from 2009 to 2017 during the Obama administration. From 1973 to 2009, he served as a United States Senator for Delaware. He was born on November 20, 1942 in Scranton, Pennsylvania, U.S. His current age is 78. He got married to Neilia Hunter in 1966, but she died in 1972. He then got married to Jill Jacobs in 1977. If you like the video so far, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for the latest content. Number 5. Who is Joe Biden? He was born November 20th, 1942 at St. Mary's Hospital in Scranton, Pennsylvania to Catherine Eugenia Jean Biden, née Finnegan, and Joseph Robinette Biden Sr. The oldest child in a Catholic family, he has a sister, Valerie, and 2 brothers, Francis and James. Jane was of Irish descent, while Joseph Sr. had English, French, and Irish ancestry. Biden's father was initially wealthy but had suffered various financial setbacks by the time Biden was born. For several years, the family lived with Biden's maternal grandparents. Scranton fell into economic decline during the 1950s, and Biden's father could not find steady work. Beginning in 1953, the family lived for several years in an apartment in Claymont, Delaware, then moved to a house in Wilmington, Delaware. Joe Biden later became a successful used car salesman, maintaining the family in a middle-class lifestyle. At the Archmere Academy in Claymont, Biden was a standout halfback and wide receiver on the high school football team. He also played baseball. A poor student but a natural leader, he was class president in his junior and senior years. He graduated in 1961. At the University of Delaware in Newark, Biden briefly played freshman football and earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in 1965 with a double major in history and political science and a minor in English. He had a C average and was ranked 506th in his class of 688. Biden has a stutter which has improved since his early 20s. He says he has reduced it by reciting poetry before a mirror, but it's been suggested that it affected his performance in the 2020 Democratic Party presidential debates. Number 4. What is Joe Biden's net worth? In news reminiscent of the 2016 election, it emerged recently that President Trump paid $750 or less in taxes over the past several years, and that he and his companies have outstanding debt that may excess $1 billion. This on top of the news that his net worth dropped $600 million to $25 million in a single year. This stands in contrast to someone who was once referred to as, quote-unquote, the poorest man in Congress, Joe Biden. Granted, presidential candidate Biden is still wealthy by anyone's standard, but his net worth and how he obtained it is easier to trace, especially because he has released his tax returns every year for more than a decade. With a family history that spanned both wealth and hardship, Biden spent many years as, quote-unquote, middle-class Joe before he obtained his current net worth. So how did he make his money and how much is he worth today? In all, Joe is reportedly worth $9 million at present, which is significantly more than earlier in his career. This number, from Forbes and calculated in 2019, is based on a total portfolio of $4 million in real estate. Joe and his wife Jill Biden own 2 homes in Delaware, cash and investments worth $4 million, and a federal pension worth more than $1 million. The Bidens released their tax returns from 2016 to 2018, which showed that they paid about a third of their income in taxes in 2017 and 2018, $3.7 million and $1.5 million respectively, and that they donated a significant amount to charity in 2017 and 2018, $1 million and $275,000 respectively. Joe Biden Sr., who had a profound impact on his son, came from wealth. His father ran a division of American Oil. But Joe Sr. set out as an entrepreneur and had several business failures, leaving the family impoverished according to his son's memoir. Joe Sr. eventually found work selling cars, and the family settled in Delaware, where they remain to this day, and Joe Jr. completed a work-study program to attend the prestigious Archmere Academy in Claymont. Joe started working at a law firm after his marriage to his first wife, Neilia, and then became one of the youngest senators ever to be elected, with a starting salary at about $42,500 a year, $250,000 in today's dollars adjusted for inflation. He started releasing his tax forms in 1998, which indicated that the two made money from his Senate salary. Joe's work in community colleges also contributed to their overall salary. She's been an educator for more than 3 decades. In 2009, Joe's salary was $169,300, and his salary as President Obama's vice president averaged about $225,000 every year. Number 3. When did Joe Biden run for presidency? Joe Biden is currently the 46th president of the United States of America. Do you know that before becoming president-elect, Joe Biden had taken his chances at becoming the president of the U.S. 3 times? Aside from running alongside President Barack Obama in 2008, he also ran his own campaign that year and in 1988. Biden officially entered the race for presidency in 1987 when he was Delaware's senator. He dropped out after 3 months due to a supposed plagiarism scandal involving British politician Neil Kinnock. The event was held at the Iowa State Fair, and Biden began his speech by claiming that he was the first in 1,000 generations to go to college in his family. Similarly, Kinnock had made the same exact remarks at a past speech and claimed that he was never credited in Biden's. Biden later admitted that he had family members who had gone to college before him, but his campaign still remained defensive about the plagiarism accusations. Additionally, prior to being chosen as Obama's vice president, Biden had his own presidential campaign for the 2008 election. He officially entered the race in 2007 but dropped out in January 2008 due to low voter turnout in the Iowa caucus. Biden came in 5th place and captured less than 1% of the vote. There was controversy with his campaign in 2007 when he called Obama, quote-unquote, the first mainstream African-American who was articulate and bright and clean and a nice-looking guy. After these remarks, Biden apologized but was scrutinized by the media. Number 2. Where did Biden grow up? Raised in Scranton, Pennsylvania, in Newcastle County, Delaware, Biden studied at the University of Delaware before entering his law degree from Syracuse University in 1968. He was elected a Newcastle County Councilor in 1970 and became the 6th youngest senator in American history when he was elected to the U.S. Senate from Delaware in 1972 at the age of 29. Biden was a longtime member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee and eventually its chairman. He opposed the Gulf War in 1991 and supported expanding the NATO alliance into Eastern Europe and its intervention in the Yugoslav wars of the 1990s. He supported the resolution authorizing the Iraq War in 2002 and later opposed the surge of U.S. troops in 2007. He also chaired the Senate Judiciary Committee from 1987 to 1995, dealing with drug policy, crime prevention, and civil liberties laws. He led the effort to pass the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act and the Violence Against Women Act, and oversaw 6 U.S. Supreme Court confirmation hearings, including the contentious hearings for Robert Bork and Clarence Thomas. He ran unsuccessfully for the Democratic presidential nomination in 1988 and again in 2008. Number 1. When did Biden have a brain surgery? Joe Biden had brain surgery due to an aneurysm in the late 80s. He suffered from nerve pain in his neck February of the late 80s, which, according to the New York Times, he thought was due to a viral infection. In his autobiography, Promises to Keep, he wrote that he passed out from the pain in a hotel room for 4 or 5 hours. He was admitted to a Delaware hospital before he was transferred to the Walter Reed Army Medical Center, where he underwent a 6-hour surgical procedure to fix an aneurysm that started leaking at the base of his brain. In May of the same year, Biden underwent a second operation to repair another aneurysm on the opposite side of his brain that was at risk of bursting. During the 2008 presidential race, Capitol physician Dr. Isold said that Biden had recovered fully without continued effects from the brain issues he experienced decades prior. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more such content.